bienvenidos to Pica Poco Kitchen. Today we're making a recovery breakfast. Vámonos! It is the beginning of the year. I had many plans, but all of them came crumbling down because we got sick. We ended up the year sick. We started the year sick, and it was draining. It was awful. It reminded me of those days of the plague in 2020. Fortunately, we're past that. But we're in those days where you feel completely out of energy, your body is weak, you've been eating poorly, just drinking a lot of water and tea and honey, maybe some chicken noodle soup from here and there, but now you're really ready to consume real food. And this breakfast has it all: the protein, the fats, the meat, the spiciness, the heat that's gonna help you recover properly and move on and go on living your life as a healthy person, hopefully. So it's very simple, very fast. Let's get going because I'm starving. You want to start in a pot or a deep pan with a lid, where I'm gonna add around 5 ounces of pork chorizo. I pre-cooked this chorizo in a different pan to get rid of the excess fat. Now I left that pan on the side. To this chorizo, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of diced onion, and I'm gonna let that onion cook in the remaining fat of this chorizo. This is store-bought cacique, that's the one that I like, but I have a video on how to make your own. Earlier this morning, I cooked 1 cup of pinto beans. You can use black beans or any other beans that you want, and in fact, you can actually go ahead and use a can. I am going to add around 1 cup of these beans, including some of the liquid. And if you want to make your own, I also have a video on how to cook them in your pressure cooker. Give it a nice mix and put the lid back on. We're gonna let it simmer for a few minutes before we come back to it. After 5 minutes or so, it's nice and bubbly, and I'm gonna come back and hit it with my masher just a little bit. I want some of my beans to remain whole and some to be mashed, but I don't want to make a puree out of these. I'm looking for a sauce consistency with some character. So I'm mashing some of the beans to give the sauce thickness, but without losing all this nice texture. Once you have it where you want it, you can turn it off and set it aside. So I saved the pan that I used to cook my chorizo in. Now, this is not absolutely necessary, but it helps to bring extra flavor. I'm gonna add some oil, and I want to get some heat going. So I'm gonna flavor that oil with a couple of Árbol peppers. We want these peppers to infuse the oil, give it a little touch of toastiness and nuttiness, but also a bit of a heat. It's not gonna be too much, so don't worry about it. Another alternative to the Árbol peppers, it's some spicy chili crisps. That would work wonders. I would even add some on top once my dish is finished. And I will be frying a couple of eggs in this hot oil. This is gonna be just for me, that's why I'm just doing 2 eggs, but you can see how easy it would be to turn this breakfast for the whole family just by increasing the ingredients. If you don't feel like getting more dishes done, you can add your eggs into your beans and chorizo and let them cook there. They're gonna end up super tender. But I prefer a little bit contrast of texture. That's why I like to fry my eggs on the side, and also that way we make sure to get the heat from the peppers. I like to separate the eggs individually, so I have an excuse to use more tostadas. Don't forget to add just a sprinkle little bit of salt on top of your eggs once they're ready so they remain tender. And now you just need to drown them in our delicious sauce. If you ask me, at least in my books, chorizo and eggs is one of the best chorizo combos there are, only toppled by chorizo and potatoes. But I don't know about you. Don't forget to add your peppers for an extra kick if somebody wants to give them a bite. You can add some cheese, but honestly, you can go just right in. And here you have them. It's not going to win any beauty award, but it's going to make you feel beautiful on the inside, which is what matters the most. Feel free to serve your eggs the way you want it. If you don't like fried eggs, go ahead and do them scrambled. It doesn't matter. It's going to be delicious. And this recovery breakfast is not just for when you're feeling ill, but when you're feeling also, let's say, a little bit hangover. This is gonna wake you up, it's gonna help you keep on going. And let's dig in. If you let them sitting out, probably your tostada is gonna become a little bit. And here we go. Mm. This is what I'm talking about. Oh my God, I was missing food. You know, something actually substantial and delicious. I swear my body was feeling really weak lately. And this is exactly what you need. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, this is so good. And listen, just because it has breakfast in the name doesn't mean that you only have to eat it for breakfast. You can have it for lunch or you can have it for dinner, whenever you feel like having it. And of course, it doesn't have to be only when you're feeling down, it can be any time. If you enjoy this recipe, just like this video, please share it with your friends, like, subscribe, and be notified. And for more, follow me on the socials. Stay safe, amigas!